Now, Premier Li Keqiang not only talked about the world's poorest, but also spoke of some of the richest. On the same day of the meeting on migration, Li took part in a forum with a group of leading figures in U.S. financial, think tank, and media circles. CCTV's Jing Jia has this.
The second summit on refugees and migration. World leaders were asked to make financial pledges to help refugees resettle and make a new life. President Obama committed the U.S. to accept more refugees, and the Chinese premier promised cash assistance.
At yesterday's meeting, I pledged $100 million to nations and organizations. Today, I will further promise that in the coming 3 years, through the South-South Cooperation Assistance Fund, China will provide $50 million each year to multilateral humanitarian organizations and relevant UN initiatives. China will also provide another $50 million assistance each year through bilateral channels. In total, China pledges another $300 million in new assistance.
The global economy was on the agenda earlier as Li Keqiang met with former U.S. Treasury Secretary Hank Paulson and former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg. The premier stressed the interdependence of the U.S. and Chinese economies.
China and the United States don't just have stable political ties, but also enjoy very close business cooperation. I was told that every second of every day, a Chinese is buying an iPhone product. And maybe when that Chinese customer is buying this iPhone, he's not aware that the real big Apple is New York City.
At the Economic Club of New York, Li Keqiang told an influential audience that the Chinese economy and Beijing's markets reforms are on track.
As the world economy recovers slowly, world trade declines in growth. Last year, world trade was down by 13%, but China, whose economy is so closely integrated with that of the world economy, still maintained steady growth. But one thing has changed: the growth rate. In 2014, China's economy in size reached $10 trillion, while around the world, no economies above $2 or $3 trillion could still grow by double-digit rates.
Li is scheduled to attend the general debate in the UN before he heads to Canada to continue his overseas trip, which will also take him to Cuba. Jing Chao, CCTV.